Now then, Carpers, how's it going? It's me again. I'm on the favourite day ticket water here. I'm on the mighty Cromwell. Got 3 nights ahead of me. Come down this morning at 4:45. I got here, sat outside the gate for 4 hours. I was second in the queue. Well, third, because there was 2 lads in the car in front of me, like, and that's how it works on here, like, so. But yeah, I got 3 nights in front of me. I'm in the peg where they had me 40 from on my last trip in April. The lake's very quiet. I think there's only 8 or 9 anglers on it at the moment, and it holds 18, so over half the lake's free. So yeah, look, it's looking good, Carpers. It's looking good. Got all 3 rods out now on the dance floor. Got 2 on the spot where I had the fish from back in April. I mean, obviously a long time, it's 6 months ago, but it's a spot, you know what I mean? It is a good spot. I found it straight away, put some bait on it, some boilie crumb, maize, boilie crumb, maize, bit of hemp, bit of pellet, just to smoke the water up a little bit. Then that's the right hand rod and the middle rod. The left hand rod is out at 18 wraps towards that willow, which I'll show you. Towards that willow there. So somewhere around there it is now in frame. The other rods are towards that peg over there, which is peg 12 at 22.5 wraps. I've got 27 in this swim. So yeah, that's what we're doing, Carpers. The weather looks absolutely bang on for it. We've had high air pressure for the last week and a half. It's now below 1,000 and carrying on dropping. We've got rain. We've got a southwesterly wind due tomorrow. It's looking absolutely bang on for a bite. But, like I said before in my previous video, it can be a tricky water, this one. They can run you ragged, you know what I mean, run you around in circles. But yeah, anyway, Carpers, that's where we're up to. I just thought I'd check in with you, and no doubt you'll see my ugly mush again soon. See you in a bit, Carpers. Now then, Carpers, little afternoon update, bit of a rant. What is it with these idiots with GPS and echo sounders and all that on these boats? They turn up to a lake at dinner time when everyone else turns up first thing in the morning, picks a random swim right opposite me, then decides to put his boat in the water and drive his boat straight across my swim and drop his bait pretty much on my spot, and I'm in the wrong. This swim's got 27 wraps. I'm fishing at 22. So how's that work? Do you know what I mean? How does that work? He's come down, he dropped his boat in the water, he's not made one single cast. Not one single cast. Got his little boat out, trundling along. Oh, that's a nice spot, I'll drop my bait there. No etiquette that there's an angler opposite you that's fishing that area. Why'd you do it? Why would you do that? Really? And I know some people out there, yeah, you use the boats and what have you, and you know what I mean? Each to their own. And yeah, they do have the time and the place. But on somewhere like this, I don't think you need a boat. I really don't think you need a bait boat. Or if you use a bait boat, just use a boat to take you. Find a spot with the marker. Pop the marker up, send the boat out to the marker. You don't need all this echo sounders and GPS and, you know what I mean? What do you want it to do? Drive your car home for you as well? It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Sorry, Carpers, but I'm out to have a bit of a rant here because I'm fuming. I'm absolutely fuming. I've been sat here since 4:45 this morning, waiting for the gates to open at 8 o'clock. So I sat in the car for 4 hours. I've had no sleep. I get in a swim, I'm fishing well within my boundary, well within my zone, at 22 wraps, not the full 27. I'm fishing, yeah, it's to the right of my swim, because to the left there's not much, it's pretty barren out there. So, you know what I mean? I found my spot, put some spawns on it, put 2 rigs on it, I've sat here now for 5 hours. But them rods have been fishing about 5 hours, 6 hours. I've not touched them. And then some idiot, and I mean a full-on idiot, because I don't care. I've just told him straight. I have just told him straight. If you've got a problem, you've got a problem. Turn up and just, that's not fishing. To me, that is not fishing. That is not fishing. Having a lead around with a marker or just a bare lead on your spot rod or whatever, finding your spots, that's fishing. Finding your wraps, you know what I mean, as you do, old school. The technology now is ruining carp fishing. It is ruining carp fishing. I don't care what anybody says. And if people don't like what I'm saying, then drop a comment and we'll have a chat about it. I'm not bothered. But, sorry carpers, but I had to have a rant. So yeah, I probably won't even catch anything tonight because now I've got some... Oh, I don't even know what he is. I don't even know what he is. Fishing at the back of my spot now. In my water. Shouting across, I've got 21 wraps. I've got 27. I could be fishing further into his swim if I wanted to, but I'm not. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm going to make myself some tea now, something to eat, because I really just feel like packing up and going home. But the money it's cost me to come, the bait, the travel, the food, the day ticket, I'm like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'll get back to you anyway if anything else happens. I'll finish blowing off some steam and then see what happens in it, I suppose. Take it easy, carpers. Morning, carpers. Sorry about the lack of update last night. As you could probably tell from my last clip, I was not an happy bunny, to say the least. Well, nothing happened last night, which I didn't really expect it with this guy with his boat, you know what I mean, cutting me off at the back of my swim. It's just poor etiquette. It's just poor etiquette, you know what I mean? You've got a boat there with an echo sounder and that on it. You can find plenty of spots. You don't need to be fishing other people's spots. But I'm not going to get into that today, carpers, because I am going to have another look now for another spot further to the left where he can't possibly go, you know what I mean? If he comes anywhere near it, then I'm going to have to go around there and tell him. But as you can probably tell, I get irate, you know what I mean? And when I get irate, then I'm running the risk of getting banned. But never mind. Yeah, so just having a good old morning cup of tea, as we do. Watching the water, it's pretty much flat calm. Rain stopped early hours this morning. It tried again about 5 or 10 minutes ago, but it stopped. It's coming back in again this afternoon, they say. So, but yeah, I'm going to have another little look around today and just try and find something else. Yeah, that's about where we're up to, carpers. Like I say, I've got nothing against people with bait boats. If you need to use a bait boat, use a bait boat. But have some consideration for the anglers around you, you know what I mean? Don't, with these boats, you don't know how far you're driving them. Unless you've got the rod clipped up to it and it pulls tight to the clip, and you don't know how far out you are. It's too easy for you to wander into somebody else's water, I think. And personally, on this lake, I don't think you really need them. It's not a mega weedy lake. There's plenty of spots if you look around for them. Just spend an hour or two with a bare lead and a marker. You'll find spots. The bailiffs will tell you where spots are. Then you have a little look around yourself, investigate it and have a look, you know what I mean? So, but anyway, carpers, I'm going to stop waffling, because I'm waffling away again here now. I'm not going to touch the rods just yet, because it's only about 7:30, 7:45. So I'm not going to touch the rods again yet. I'll give them till at least 10, 11 o'clock. And then I'll have a little look around and put some bait out and you know. But get back to you in a bit, Carpers. Hopefully try and get one to show you. And then, Carpers, little afternoon update for you. Still nothing happening. Don't think anything's been out. Managed to find that other spot this morning. Put quite a bit of bait on it as well. Put 2 rods on it. One bang smack in the middle of the bait. Solid bag, about half rod length to the side of that rod. Had a couple of liners within the first hour on the solid bag. So I think definitely something moving around the bait. Could be smaller fish, could be tench. There's no real other nuisance fishing here, no bream or nothing like that, so excuse me. bad acid reflux. But yeah, at the moment it is pretty quiet. I'm debating a move tomorrow. I'm going to give myself till dinner time in this swim tomorrow. If I've not had anything, I'm debating moving down to peg 1, which is back towards the car park, but it fishes a tree line that runs round, and I know 100% that the carp do hold up under them trees all the time. You wouldn't think it. There's a fish blowing there. Yeah, you wouldn't think they would, but they do. They do hug the tree line. So yeah, I'm debating it. But I burnt my head out a little bit here because I've got one rod where I had me 40 from back in April. Little gravel spot. Well, just on a seam of gravel it is. Then I found another spot out in front of me at just over 21.5 wraps. Again, broken gravel, bit of smooth silt or clay, just leads pulling back like glass, you know what I mean. That's the one where I put the 2 rods. But I've just found another, well, I knew it was there from last time, another spot at 18 wraps towards that willow, and obviously where I had that rod on last night. But I'm just wondering now, is it worth putting one on there with a little handful of bait, nothing spectacular, just a sneaky little rod, you know what I mean, just put one on there, but it means sacrificing one of the other rods from the other spot. So don't know, I've sort of burnt my head out a little bit. What else can I tell you? Lake's pretty quiet though. Well, the lake's very quiet. There's not many, it's still not a full lake, there's still quite a few swims empty. Let's pan round, I'll show you. How's that, Carpers? That's what we're looking at the minute. It's been on and off raining all day. The odd shower and then it'll stop and then it starts again. Now the lake's just gone like glass. But it's quite warm. The air pressure's 987 or something like that, which is perfect really. You'd think they'd definitely be having it, but they're just not. Well, that's my view, which you would have seen from my last video, because like I say, this is the same swim, peg 5. But well, yeah, what else to tell you, Carpers? Definitely having a scratch of the old noggin today. I'm just hoping. I took my eye off the ball a little bit yesterday with that happening with that lad over there, and I was tired, it was raining, so I wasn't really looking for shows in that last night. I was just wanted to get some sleep and just start a fresh day, you know what I mean, turn a new page. But yeah, at the moment it's looking good, it really is. I am confident. I know if one comes over one of them baits on one of them spots, I'm nicking him. But whether they do or not, that's up to them, innit? Because October can always be quite a funny month for carp fishing, I've found. Again, like I say, with the leaf fall and stuff like that, and I think it's that change in weather going from summer into autumn. I think it's just that it just slows them down for a week or two, or maybe a couple of weeks. Seems to have slowed them down for the last couple of weeks at the moment, but we can only try, can't we? You know what I mean? If you're out there, I hope you're catching them, because I'm not. Let me know in the comments what you think. Is October a bad month for you? Is it a slow month? I'm nearly at my 100 subscribers as well, which I'm buzzing over. Absolutely buzzing over that. I think I'm 2 away from 100. It's nothing really, is it? But I wanted to get to 100 for Christmas. And when I come down yesterday, a guy come to me on car park. He says, "I'm watching a video of you the other day." I said, Scratch me up. Where you, mate? He's like, yeah, YouTube on here. I was like, oh, yeah, no problem. I said, that's when I'm 40, mate, yeah. He's like, yeah. He said, I enjoyed it. I said, well, to be fair, mate, I said, it wasn't the best video. I said, I made a bit of a fool of myself, you know what I mean? Got a bit overexcited when I caught that 40. But, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna complain. I got a UK 40 pounder, so. Anyway, I'm gonna stop waffling, because I'm like 5 minutes into this clip now, so. Rain's just starting again now, so I'm gonna get some tea in a minute. Bit of chicken, bacon and cheese on a pit of bread, I think. How about that? Gotta be done, keep them calories going. And hopefully, carpers, I will have a monster to show you soon. But I will take a 20 pounder now. Take it easy. Now, carpers, sorry for the lack of updates on that one. Last night the fish were boshing like mad, but to me left a couple of pegs down up towards like the back of the wind, so it was dead weird. Woke up this morning, still nothing, no liners, nothing. So I thought, right, I'm doing the off, you know what I mean, I'm going to move. So I've moved into a peg 1, which is up by the car park up towards the house. Excuse me, I'm knackered. Yeah, little corner peg, as you've probably just seen in that little clip there. A bloke come past this morning from down the far end, and he said as he walked past for a shower, he seen one boshing the trees. And I know these trees do hold fish. They probably won't do the biggest of carp in this area, but there has been 40s that have come out of this swim before now. The one I'm after actually come out of this swim before now, earlier this year. But yeah, so I thought, right, I've got one night left, need to save a blank. Wasn't feeling where I was because of that, obviously that guy that was cutting me off, and you know what I mean, and big crosswind, I wouldn't be able to get the line lay. It's alright if you've got a decent bait boat. I mean, I've got my mate's little boatman actor here, but don't like the waves, that thing doesn't at all, but it likes this little corner where the wind's just trickling in. It looks bang on, absolutely bang on. I know they frequent under these trees. It's 10 foot deep under the trees, so you know what I mean, they do get under there, they stay under there. But yeah, that's where we're up to, carpers. So I'm going to get the kettle on now because I'm knackered. I'm going to get a coffee down my neck, I think. Sort my life out in here, sort my house out because it's trashed. Because like I said, I moved and it started raining, so I rushed to get the bivvy back up, and then the sun's decided to come out, and you're like, nice one. Somebody up there that really doesn't like me. But anyway, I'll stop waffling and I'll get back to you in a bit, and hopefully, fingers crossed, carpers, I can show you one out of this swim. Carpers. Still nothing. I've only been in this swim a couple of hours, so about 4 hours tops, I think, 3 hours, something like that, yeah. So, well, yeah, let's see what happens, can't we? Let me pan round and show you what I'm looking at. There you go. How about that, carpers? The corner that goes in there. It goes round there, all them overhanging trees, out to that bit there, which is the A1 spit, what sticks out, that's a double peg, and obviously it cuts back in round there and goes round that other side there. That's where I've come from. Behind that willow over there is where I was. No, somewhere around there I was. Yeah, this is looking at Cromwell down the lake now, looking at down there to the deep end. and then you come round. Let me zoom back out. Yeah, you come round then, round there. Shallows is down in that corner round there, just behind it, well, around that tree down there. And then you've got obviously this peg where I am, my rod's down there. Because the water's down at the minute, you can see from like these bricks and what have you, where the water should be. It's probably over a foot down at the moment, which is quite strange really for this time of year. You can see it in the trees there as well, look. Where the water line would have been, like in there, look. I've got a rod there, just to the right of that seagull, tucked in that little cove. I've got one off the tip of that tree there, and one half a rod length to the side of it there, where it's just flat. It is just flat as a pancake, rock hard. The odd little touch of gravel, but I'm not bothered about that as long as I'm presenting. And if I spin you around now, that's Cromwell car park. You've got the Angler's Lodge there. That's Rose's Retreat over there. That's got the beds and cooker and all sorts in there. That has proper. You've got to bring the missus. That's where you want to be. Yeah, that's Cromwell car park. I say the lodge is there, which is where you can have a shower, fill your water up. You've got free tea and coffee, complimentary. Obviously only if you're fishing. And then behind me there, you can just make it out. That little building there. This way a little bit more. That's Cromwell Pool. It's a little tiny pool, that is. And you get that lodge there. Cracking little pool, really. I've never fished it, like, 'cause obviously I want to fish for these out here, somewhere out there where them 40s are living. I'd say there's about 12, 14 40s out there, about 70 odd 30s, and a lot of backup high 20s and mid 20s. Yup, it's my hungry mush. How's it going? I look absolutely knackered. This has proper took it out of me, this session, as honest to God it has. But yeah, just thought I'd show you a little bit, you know what I mean, as you do. It's an absolute stunning lake, and it's got the fish to back it up, so you know it's worth that 2-hour drive from my house to here. But yeah, I'm just hoping, carpers, that one of them rods decides to rip off. I have had a fish from, I'll show you, fishing that peg there. I tucked a rod backwards into that little cove behind that, where that seagull is now, and I've had a fish off there, and that was October 2 years ago, about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, pitch black it was, and I lost one on that session as well. I got cut off under the trees, the rig cut off, cut the rig in half, felt it rub on something, and that was it. It was gone. It was end of story. But yeah, I don't know if I've made a mistake moving up here because of the wind pushing down there, but I've done 2 nights down there out in the main body there, like fishing in the middle of the lake, and it's just nothing. But obviously with that happening the other day, they do need to like reassess the boundaries on the swims a little bit and be a bit more clearer, because at the end of the day I know for a fact I was in my water, but he decided he was going to drive his boat over, and whoever he is, if he watches this video, then so be it, you know what I mean. But in the end I just thought, you know what, I'll leave you to it, mate. I'll leave you to it. I wasn't going to let him bully me out of the swim, so I carried on fishing like for the 2 nights over there, and there's just nothing. A couple of liners, but that was it. Well, anyway, I'm going to stop waffling. I'm going to make myself a brew, chill out with a brew. Just had some painkillers, hopefully they kick in soon, because my neck is absolutely killing me. Starting to ruin my fishing now. I'm hoping it doesn't ruin my fishing completely. But yeah, anyway, get a brew on, chill out, make some tea soon, and just hope and pray that we can get one to show you and save a blank. Take it easy, carpers. Well then, carpers, how are we? Nothing's happening. Nothing. I've seen one fish show though, just behind about half a rod length back from my middle rod. So I'm just chilling out in my bivvy on my bed, listening. Keep the old ears open. And I must literally keep these tea companies going with the amount of brews that I drink. Honest to God. I need an endless supply of tea bags. But yeah, what was I going to say? Thanks to anybody that's been subscribing and liking the videos. Much appreciated. I could do with a few more of you subscribing, that'd be really nice. Like I say, I just try and help people out if I can. I don't do the same videos as what everybody else does. I don't all rigs and all that, you know what I mean? You've seen rigs, you know what I mean? You've seen a blowback, you've seen an IQD rig, you've seen a wafter rig. And yeah, if people want me to show that, then comment and I'll show you that, you know what I mean? I'll do a video on rigs if you want me to. But yeah, thanks to anybody that has been subscribing and liking and dropping the odd comment here and there. It's nice to know that people are enjoying watching my videos. It's just a shame that I can't bring you more regular videos, if you know what I mean. Just with suffering with my health at the minute, so I'll try and get out as much as I can and do a little bit. So yeah, these long, boring, cold nights are coming in now, aren't they? Where you get your hardcore anglers out and your butterfly anglers tend to disappear, which is what I like. Well, yeah, like I say, it's been a bit of an emotional roller coaster, this one has, with that happening on Sunday, and I was, honest to God, I was fuming. I mean, I was fuming. I could have quite happily packed up and gone home, but I thought, no, I'm not doing it. The money I'd invested, the time I'd invested, it's just, I thought, just get on with it, you know what I mean? Just get on with it. That's the problem with day ticket leaks, isn't it? You're always going to get problems every now and then. I'm not saying everybody that goes to day ticket leaks does the same thing, because they don't. But he obviously thought he was in his water, and it's just one of them, innit? With these boundaries, fishing the lake from both sides, it can be a bit funny. It can be a bit funny. But anyway, enough of that. I'm not going to go down that road again. But hopefully, carpers, one of them rods rips off either tonight, which will be a nightmare trying to get the rod back out, but I'll manage it if I have to. Or I'm thinking, something's telling me in the back of my mind, maybe first thing in the morning, I might get a little wake-up call, or I might be already up having a brew, and just before that horrible pack-up time. None of us like packing up, do we? None of us like packing up. It's horrible packing up is. But anyway, I'm going to stop waffling. Just wanted to say thanks to the people that have been subscribing and liking my videos. But yeah, no doubt I'll speak to you if I get one in the night, or I'll see you in the morning. Morning, carpers. Well, another quiet night. Looks like it wasn't meant to be this time. But to be fair, I don't think anybody's had anything. I don't think the lake's done a fish since last week. Well, last weekend. So we've definitely shut up shop for a bit. But it does do this in October time. It does quieten off, and then they tend to have a bit of a feeding spurt in the November. To be honest, it's got a really good winter form as well, this place has, and you wouldn't think it really for such a big, deep lake. They do come out in the winter quite regular, so I'm having a little argument with myself now. Come back in a couple of weeks and give it one last go. Middle of November or something. What are we now? The 22nd of October, 21st of October, something like that is now. Do a comeback in a couple of weeks when everything's settled down, and maybe they come back on the feed again, which knowing my luck, they'll probably come back on the feed in a couple of days' time. I don't know what to do, carpers. Well, yeah, another quiet night. Another quiet night. I had a good few liners last night as well, and I heard a couple in this corner, right in against the trees. And I've heard one this morning while I seen it. I seen the aftermath just behind where I'm fishing, right in amongst the trees. I don't know if they're on a hatch or something, because there has been a hatch in the trees recently. And for the last couple of nights I've been getting terrorised by daddy longlegs. So, I don't know, carpers. I don't know what else to tell you. Pretty deflated, to be honest with you. Starting to think I should have stayed where I was, but obviously I couldn't fish where I wanted to fish and where I was confident in putting the rigs. So, but it is what it is, isn't it? You know what I mean? We just have to write it off, don't we? And dust ourselves down, get back up and go again. Well, I've just thought I'd give you a little morning update where we're up to. So, and the only other bad thing about this place is you've got to be off for 9 o'clock, so you have to pack up early doors. I mean, I've been up since 6:15, still dark, putting the odd bits away and listening out and hoping, fingers crossed and toes crossed and whatever else I can cross, that one of them just ripped off and saved a blank. But no, doesn't look like it was meant to be this time. I definitely missed the boat on this one, because they were feeding well about 2 weeks ago. They were definitely coming out then, and now they've shut up shop for a bit. But I think there's some work being done on the pegs and that today, so it's shut for a couple of days now, and then when it reopens, you watch, it'll fish its head off. So I might try and get back on one more trip this year. We'll see. Anyway, get subscribing, get liking, get commenting, and I'll see you all again soon. Take it easy, carpers. Best of luck.